Hi Michael, this is a quick video just to talk about the repeating section, some of the questions you sent. So we are working on the repeating section now, so you drag it on from the toolbox and you can add a bunch of fields in here. So we might just put currency, day, where's the date control, date, fate, date, and choice, so we might do a choice. Cool. Just type amount, something simple. So what I might do is change that to a drop down. Yeah, drinks. Separated, forget that. Hotel, that'll do. So, and we go to preview, and so pretty much you just click on add new row and it does the calculation. So, yeah, so click through here and drinks, let's get the idea. Now, at the moment, we don't have the ability to do a calculate value to calculate the total, I don't think. So let's go across to here and see if we can do something like that. So with the calculated value, really what we're doing is the label control now. So the label can be put on here and you couldn't go insert and put it on a variable. And so what we might do, I'll see if this is working. We might have a sum function. Sum amount. Now, yeah, so integer, decimal. So total amount. Let's see if this works. So some of this is being built at the moment, so I'm a little bit vague on, does it work and those sort of things. So let's just put that to the right there. Preview. So let's go add row. So 6th, 14th, dinner and drinks. We'll say 5 and 5, and there we go. So 10. So yeah, so the calculated value is actually kind of there. You can use just the label control, and so that's calculating across an array. The other thing that you'll notice is, if we go back to the designer, what we can do is also say, like, let's put a yes, no. So let's say this is enabled or something like that. So then I can make that a toggle, so enabled. So what we can do is, let's say, and we also put a yes, no outside of the repeating section. So repeat enabled, so that's just repeating section enabled. Now what I want to do is, if this is checked, the whole repeating section is disabled. So I'll go in here and I'll say, well, inform input, disable RP. So if I say if RP enabled is no, then the repeating section visible as no. Well, it doesn't have enabled disabled at the moment. Let's actually put an else condition. So repeating section visible is true. So let's go and update that. So go to preview. Now what we see is it's enabled or disabled. So it's simple sort of stuff at the moment. Now, if I wanted to enable or disable a row, for instance, so I'd come in here, go add new rule, and you can say apply the rule to the repeating section row or the form. So we'll say disable choice control, whatever it might be, expense type. So if, and now you see the choices are different from our other rules. So not RP enabled, but it'll be enabled, which is inside the repeating section row, is yes, and the expense type is read only is false, otherwise expense type read only is true. So let's go and create that rule. Okay, so we enable that, then we enable that, and we're good to go. If I disable that, then that's disabled there. So then if I come here and add a few rows, these are all disabled. Now that one works, and this one works, and so on and so forth. So that gives you an idea of how the rules are working. There is a part that's missing at the moment, which is a calculated value or a calculation within the row itself. So that's still being worked on. So if I dragged on a label inside here, and I wanted to put a variable in here, it doesn't know how to calculate that. So let's create a variable, and I'm going to form, I don't know, we could just do something simple, cat strings, for instance. So if I say the amount and enabled, and so they're both arrays. All these are arrays because they're taking the collection of controls, not as the control within the row itself. So we are working on that at the moment, but hopefully that gives you an idea of what's happening around repeating sections, and also gives you an idea around the calculated value as I showed before, around the total amount. So you come through here and say what total is, and we'll just move that. There we go. So they're going to preview. Whoops, what have I done? Preview. Not sure what that one was. I need a space there, so I'll go designer. Okay, so I've got a preview. Now RP enabled, and we're going to put in date, $20 for enabled dinner, and add a row. So it's got your total is 20, and then we can enabled. That's our drinks is 200. Had a big night, and so it goes $220. And so then you can come back here and you can actually adjust this and actually put something like that in there. Now you could actually also just change your variable. So the variable could be something like string here, for instance. You could say that's going to be a decimal, so we need to change that. So we'd have to go create variable. Let's say total with text, and say your total is, and then I think we just go sum and amount array, and then we have to go, I think it's that, is it? I'll convert to string, space in there. Okay, so I convert to string, insert. Bear with me while yeah, there we go. So your total is, and then you could put a space and put a $sign there and create an insert. Now we'll get rid of total amount. Have a look. RP enabled and enabled, not really matter. $40 for our dinner, and our drinks is $2 cheap beers. So your total, I've stuffed something up there. I've forgotten to get rid of that. So now what we can do is get rid of that section. This is how I design a form, obviously. So 20, add row, and 5. And there you go. So your total is $35. So you can see that there's a few different ways of doing the calculated value, but realistically use a variable inside the label control. Hope that's helpful to you. Just shoot me an email, or we can have a call once you've had a bit more time to have a play with it. Cheers.